bring you on for a proper segment here now. Iran, of course, we're still waiting to see what Iran is going to do with respect to if there's going to be any retaliation over the bombing of the Iranian embassy in Damascus.
Oh, I think there's definitely going to be retaliation. There's been a lot of speculation circulating on social media. Why is Iran procrastinating, etc.? But I think, this is part of its strategy. It doesn't react impulsively, just as Russia doesn't. Unlike the West, of course, which always does act either preemptively or impulsively. And what Iran has been doing, and of course today is Eid, so it's the done. Also, I think that also was a factor playing into the decision of when to act. But what Iran has been doing is speaking to all of its allies in the region, ending, of course, with a visit in the last few days to Damascus. And this was a press conference between the two foreign ministers from Iran, Hossein Amir-Abdollahian, and Dr. Faisal Mikdad from Syria. They also discussed the rebuilding of the consulate building within the embassy complex. So what did the Iranian foreign minister make very clear? He said that we held important discussions and consultations with President Bashar al-Assad, and we touched upon bilateral relations, important regional and international issues, especially those related to Palestine, the terrorist war committed by the Zionist entity against the Iranian consulate in Damascus, stressing, of course, that Syria is going to be taking much of the brunt of any counter-retaliation by Israel as it's on the front line of the resistance. He also basically reiterated that he holds the allies of Israel responsible, and that includes, of course, the United States, the UK, and France. And he also had a meeting, I think, on Sunday with one of the spokespeople of Ansarullah, the coalition government in Yemen that has been effectively blockading the Red Sea. And he met with the Ansarullah spokesman and head of the negotiating delegation, Mohammed Abdul Salam, in Muscat in Oman, which is considered neutral. Now, what's interesting is immediately after the attack on the Iranian embassy, America actually tried to put forward a diplomatic solution or negotiation offer to Yemen. And this is a report by the Hindustani Times, which demonstrates exactly what Yemen's response was. So if we can just roll.
ونسعى باستمرار لتطوير إمكاناتنا الصاروخية والبحرية من أجل إسهام أكبر في دعم ومساندة الشعب الفلسطيني واستهداف العدو الإسرائيلي المجرم الغاصب.
So Yemen, who effectively achieved probably the fastest victory against the US coalition in history, is not bending and is basically saying it will continue to defend Palestinians until the Israeli genocidal campaign is stopped. Syed Hassan Nasrallah, the Secretary General of Hezbollah, said that Iran will definitely respond to the terrorist attack in Damascus. He also made the point that the Islamic Republic is deliberately exhausting Israel, forcing it to mobilize all of its resources and not knowing when, where, and how the Iranians will strike. Now, this is an interesting point because if we look at, of course, the BBC is channeling Israeli bravado. Israel can handle any threat from Iran, says military chief, and the BBC, very much like the British government, did not condemn the Israeli aggression against Iran inside Damascus. And yet there are multiple reports stating that Israeli supermarkets flooded as terrified citizens empty shelves in fear of Iran attack. Now, from a perspective of sort of various discussions here, it's considered that what Iran will do potentially is to target the Israeli-occupied Golan territories. It will only target Israeli military bases. It's not going to try and hit embassies, as has much been reported in Western media, particularly because it's not going to jeopardize civilian life as Israel has done. And at the same time, it is considered, after discussions with its various allies in the region, there will be collaborative attacks by those resistance factions, potentially against US bases in the region. This is only speculation. Nobody can actually say exactly what Iran is going to do, but in my opinion, it's going to be coming relatively soon, I would say in the next week.
Yes, thank you for that, Vanessa. Okay, if you like what the UK column does, you'd like to support us, please head over to support.ukcolumn.org. All the options for helping us out are there. And since we are wholly funded by you, our viewers and listeners, that is a massive help to us if you can do that. But in any case, do share anything you find on the platform, especially ukcolumn.org, ukcolumnextracts.co.uk. But don't forget about the UK Column shop. There's plenty of stuff there. If you would like to get some merchandise, that would be fantastic. Quick advertisement, the No Smoke Without Fire, the Green King Part 4 went out yesterday. That's now on the UK Column website. Do have a look at that if you possibly can. And then tomorrow at 1 p.m, there'll be an interview with Professor David Barnhizer. I think that was yours, Charles.
No, that was Ben.
Ben, yes. Okay, it was Ben doing that one, so apologies for that. But anyway, do join us at 1 p.m. for that if you possibly can. Now, quick reminder that the Sounds Beautiful Festival is taking place June 27th to 30th in Dorset in Wimborne. There's a promotional code, UK Column, for that. And the organisers for this will be with us on Extra for a few minutes later on. So do join us for that to get a little bit more of the detail. A reminder of the Stand in the Light festival, which is taking place in May. That will be, there's also a promo code for this, UKC10, if you want 10%. That's May 24th to 27th. Well, we will be at both those events if you can go come and say hello and so on. Now, yesterday I put this out on our newsletter, the Carshalton Freedom Fair, and unfortunately I said that was beginning at 10 a.m, but that's because the stand in the park tends to meet at 10 a.m. at the Grove Park in Carshalton every Sunday. But in fact, the Freedom Fest Fair is taking place from 12 p.m. onwards, so don't arrive too early for that. Do go if you possibly can, if you're in the area. And then a final advertisement here for on Thursday this week, that's tomorrow. Society Controller Free, it's up to us. Event is taking place in London at the Emmanuel Centre, beginning at 4:45. It's going to have Andrew Bridgen, Sandy Adams, Scott McCulloch, and Jim Ferguson.